I love coffee. I'm Professorvoqas, and this is Harry Potter, Wizards Unite. Looking at the tasks we need to do today, you can see I haven't done any of it, the Earn 600 Ministry of Magic, 5 Potions and Wizarding Challenges, and 3 Ministry of Magic Runestones in a Wizarding Challenge. So, backing out, you can see I'm at a fortress. Lots of Ministry of Magic foundables around me. I'm by an inn and a greenhouse, so a couple inns and a greenhouse. Ooh, energy. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit this fortress a whole bunch of times with a bunch of Ministry of Magic runestones, and we'll check back in and we'll see how far I got. That went pretty quickly. 5 potions, obviously not too hard. I could use 5 healing potions almost in a row, or invigoration draughts. So that was easy, and place 3 Ministry of Magic runestones and Wizarding Challenge chambers. Also, not a big deal. The hard part here, you can see at the top, earn 600 Ministry of Magic family experience. 76 out of 600. And that was running, I don't know, I think I ran 5 fortresses with Ministry of Magic runestones, and sometimes got family XP for that, and then catching bog rods get you like 5, and catching the newsstand, that gets you like 5. So that's going to be slow going. And if I back out again, you can see I like this area because it's not huge. There are inns, a bunch of inns around. Once you catch everything, it just doesn't replenish fast enough. So here's a bog rod. I'll show you just at this rate. Okay, got them. So let's look right here. You can see +5. 270 experience, but +5 family experience, which means if I was just to keep going like this, it would be, that would be 120 of him to get to 600. I don't need 100, I don't need 600 anymore, but it's gonna take a little longer. So what I'm gonna do, I do have a 1 o'clock meeting. It's about 12:15 now. After my 1 o'clock meeting, I'm going to go back over to a place called Waverly Place that you've seen before. It's the one with all the water fixtures, but that tends to have a higher spawn density. I'm guessing I'll see a lot more Ministry for Magic foundables there. And there's enough inns in a close proximity that I can dark detector them, and we'll see if that actually helps. And we'll just try to grind our way through that. So I'll catch up with you guys when I get over to Waverly Place. Made it over to Waverly Place. You can see I've got a decent number of inns, 4 inns within reach of me right now. So I'm going to dark detector them up. Let's go ahead and put a Barufio's and a tonic for trace detection on. Barufio's, tonic for trace detection. And let's look at how far I've got to go. Backing out. There you go, 112 out of 600. So I've still got 488 family experience for Ministry of Magic to go. You can see there's already a couple around me. That's actually, no, that's sports and games. That's unfortunate. I keep seeing the yellow and getting excited for this, but it's only golden snitch. Anyway, I'll check back in with you guys when I've made some progress on this. 30 minutes later, 1 tonic for trace detection and a Barufio's later. Let's go ahead and look at where I am. 247 out of 600, so still quite a ways to go. When I get home, we're going to talk about the foundables from Ministry of Magic that you're going to see most of the time, and how much family experience they award you, so you'll have some idea of how many of these you're going to have to catch to get this done, because this is going to take a little while, I believe. But one other thing we haven't gone over that I talked about yesterday's video is I have 10 port keys here. They're from the previous Brilliant event. I'm going to open these up, and then I'll come back to you guys when I'm done, because it's going to take a little time. Finished up all the port keys. Nothing of note. Some decent ingredients, I will say that. Some toadstools for Barufio's, which I did need. I have all the other ingredients, so that was nice. A bunch of energy, which I don't really need right now because I'm around all these inns. But most importantly, Sword of Gryffindor, right up to 21 like we planned. So I can place this image. There we go. Which should allow me to prestige this page. Let me rank up first. Nice. Probably rank up a bunch of times actually, because I just did 10 port keys. Rank 60, 61, 62, 63. There we go, and prestige, yes. That's a gold prestige on Dumbledore's office. Awesome. Awesome. So there you go. I finally got it a little bit after Community Day, but it all was working according to plan. So I have no port keys right now, which means I bet a bunch of event port keys are going to start appearing for me. Let's see. I don't see any. Don't see any yet. They'll pop up eventually. All right, well, I see some Ministry of Magic foundables around me. Like we said, oh, I just saw a port key. 247 out of 600, so I'm not sure. Let me pick up this port key and the 2 energy right next to it. Like I said, I'm not even sure if I'll finish this today. I'm going to play some more. I do have to work for a little while, and I'll catch up at home with you guys. And if I've caught any more, there's another port key. If I've caught any more Ministry stuff, I'll give you an update on where I am on that, and give you some of my thoughts on that particular task. On Reddit, there's been some threads about the fact that that takes so long, so I'll give you some thoughts about that. Anyway, I'm going to go to work, and I'll see you guys at home. As you can already see, I collected the Use 5 Potions and Wizarding Challenges, and the Place 3 Ministry of Magic Runestones in a Wizarding Challenge chamber. Ran some Wizarding Challenges for that. Got very minimal family experience for the top task here in a Ministry of Magic family experience. I got, in some of the higher chambers, I got about 10 family experience per. So you can see right now, I'm up to 305 out of 600. I'm about halfway through. And that started from this morning. That was essentially about an hour of dedicated gameplay, both times with Brufios, and not that the Brufios mattered, but with Brufios and Tonic for trace detection, which then it's easier for me to keep track of time. So 30-minute chunk and then another 30-minute chunk, at both of them at areas that had decent spawns. The second place definitely had more spawns. It's definitely a grind. Let me go to my registry page for Ministry of Magic. So if you see, I have this one at silver, I have this one at just wood, and then I have just this one at wood. So for me, when I'm prestiging things on a page, depending on what level you are, it's going to give you more or less. If, say, for example, this fountain here, the Fountain of Magical Brethren, unfortunately it doesn't show you in here, nor online is there just a resource that just straight up tells you family experience, like just give me a list. I looked and looked, and I did not find one. So if there is one, let me know in the comments, where is this master list that is current since they've changed how prestiging and the registry work. Because there's nothing, even under each individual entry on different websites, it'll talk about how much experience they give, but wizarding experience, not family experience. I know just from playing Bogrod, who I've seen the most of, you can see I've seen 93 of them, he was giving me 5. Every time I caught him, I got 5 family experience. So, say I started this event. For example, if I started the event and I needed 600 and he's worth 5, that means it takes 20 to get to 100, and then I need 600. So if I caught 120 Bogrods, then I could complete this task, which would take a long time. Luckily, he's not the only one I'm catching, but the newsstand was giving me even less than 5 per. I did manage to catch the Newt Scamander, and that actually gave me 20. So if I was getting him, it would only take me 5 to get 100 times 6. It would get 30 if I managed to catch 30 of him. Now the thing is, I've seen one of him. Oh no, I stand corrected. I've seen 2. One of them ran away almost immediately. I believe I did a masterful cast and then he ran. But the other one, either I'm showing it right now or I showed it already. I can't remember which. I was looking on Reddit and a lot of people were discussing this and talking about, oh, this is going to take a long time. And people were like, no, it's not. It's going to be easy. I put the fountain on a gold page and I got 600 for doing that. And I'm like, yeah, for you, that was quick. For other people, it might not be. I'm not saying for me it's going to be tough to do, but then again, I'm someone that plays this all the time. A more casual player, and definition of casual player, that can certainly vary. For me right now, I'm going to say a casual player is someone that plays less than me. Maybe even 50% less. For many people, they're just opening up the game for 5 minutes at a time to be able to play and interact with some foundables, maybe even 15 minutes or so. Maybe without a tonic for trace detection, maybe not in an area that has a lot of spawns. So for them, this is going to be harder because somebody like that is also not going to have gold pages for their registry. So it's going to be a roadblock for them to be able to do this. keep in mind, and people will also say, well, you've got 5 days. You really don't have 5 days. If you're a more casual player, the 3 healing potions from the previous step, that might actually take them a little longer. Maybe they don't have the ingredients. By the time they get to this task, then it might already be a couple days into the event. Even more so, then you can't really say they have the rest of the time, because once we finish this 600, we're going to get the bonus tasks to actually finish the whole event, if that's what you're looking for. So you would finish this, and it might take them 3 days. I mean, even for me, going out and dedicated playing, I didn't put 8 hours into it, but I put an hour into it. In addition to opening the game all the time, so it's been more than just that hour. That was the dedicated hour. It's going to take me till tomorrow to finish, and then I'll get to the bonus task, and then I'll go from there. So a more casual player might not even finish this till 3 days. Say it took them 3 days to do it. Then those bonus tasks that have some harder things to do, those are going to take a while to do, and then the healing potions. So am I saying that this is too hard and people can't do it? No. If you play this a lot, you're going to finish this event. You're going to put the time in and finish the event. But I guess to make it more approachable for other players, this would be a little bit harder. And I bet there's going to be a lot of more casual players that won't finish the event. Not that you have to, but there are restricted section books as well as spell books that you get from this. So I believe the bonus tasks only give you spell books, if I'm correct. So that's my take on that. I'm not taking one side or the other on if it's too easy or too hard, because honestly, if it was easier than this, then a lot of people that play a lot, like me, we would end up probably finishing really early, and I'm sure there are people that have finished already that have put even more time in, and those people would then be probably voicing their opinion that, hey, you got to give us harder things to do, give us more to do. I don't envy Niantic's position of trying to cater and serve both a population that really plays this game a lot, as well as people that want to be able to open it for 10 to 20 minutes a day and play the game, and still be able to feel like they're completing events and tasks and things like that. But for me, it won't make a difference. I will finish this. So tomorrow, I have a really busy day. Not sure how much I'm going to be able to open this game, so I might not get that huge dedicated time. But I definitely will put some time in. There will certainly be a video. But my goal for tomorrow will be to try to get through that other 300 experience and move on to the bonus tasks and really start to work on them. Saturday is going to be a great day for me because, again, I have most of the day available, so I should be able to get a lot of the tasks done during that time. All that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Knox.